SoFi has just hit its all-time low in its low sevens. Again, short sellers are attacking this stock with full force, and it seems like there's nowhere to run or hide. Investors right now are down bad, and there's talks of a recession coming. What's going to happen to SoFi? Will it go bankrupt? The way to make money is to buy when blood is running in the streets. John D. Rockefeller. Before you freak out and panic sell off your entire SoFi position, let me ask you this. If you could go back in time and buy Tesla or Amazon at $100, would you do it? If you like making money, then obviously you would load up on shares. Amazon and Tesla are both juggernauts in their industry and were both heavily shorted. It's almost as if being heavily shorted is a prerequisite to becoming $1 trillion company. Alright, just kidding. But seriously though, let's flash back to this Reuters article made in 2018. These titles say, as Tesla shares fall, Amazon takes over as most shorted US stock. With Tesla's shares briefly dipping below the $300 level on Thursday, the electric car maker ceded its seat as the most shorted US stock to Amazon. As you can see, they were the top two stocks being shorted. Let's take a look at Amazon's stock price in early 2018 versus now. If you think a 3x is an insane return, let's take a look at Tesla in 2018 versus where it is now. Tesla must have channeled that Grant Cardone energy because that's over a 10x return. In hindsight, this was a steal of a price, but at the same time, not many people were catching on. In fact, the short sellers were eating up Amazon and Tesla for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with no mercy. And you know which stock is being heavily shorted right now with a massive addressable market and enormous potential? That's right, SoFi. A quick shout out to those who commented on our last video. Rookie numbers still down bad, and especially me love SoFi long time. You guys and gals are the real Sofi and trench soldiers holding down the front lines. We're doing this all for you trench warriors, and in our up and coming Patreon, we'll have an awesome SoFi community in our private Discord. In this video, we'll be going over SoFi hitting its all-time low, the short sellers striking SoFi, what the analysts' thoughts are, and why you as a long-term investor shouldn't panic. We'll go over some very important points in this video, and we've added a special, never-before-seen clip of SoFi's potential to disrupt the market. So stay tuned until the end of the video. You don't want to miss any of this. Real quick, we're not financial advisors, and this is not financial advice, so always do your own due diligence. Let's take a look at what these 12 Wall Street analysts think of SoFi. At the time of recording this, it's around $14, which is still a double in comparison to its recent all-time low. We still think this is conservative in our opinion. If you're new to investing in SoFi and we're able to get an average price target of the low sevens, just know, in our non-financial advice opinion, you're blessed with a golden opportunity. If you're buying more SoFi shares as the stock price comes down, comment, I'm buying more SoFi, so we know who the real trench warriors are. And if you look on Robinhood, of 14 analyst ratings, 57.1% buy the dip, while the other 42.9% hold. For those of you looking closely, there's a big fat goose egg for sell. None of the 14 analysts advise selling SoFi right now. With all these analysts recommending buy or hold, and SoFi executives actually out there buying and holding, now is not the time to be a contrarian. Even SoFi CEO Anthony Noto has his steel huevos on the line with over $1 million of his own money. This Twitter user said, "What I think is that you don't care about us investors." And Noto clapped back by tweeting, "The value of my stock-based comp that I have been issued is the same value of SoFi's stock price. I have also bought over $1 million of stock. I have not sold a share, even though it's my compensation, because I am confident in our company and the value we will create for our shareholders over time." Here's a quick word from our sponsor. We've created over 100 videos on SoFi since the IPOE days. Over 1,000 hours of research has been put into these videos using our research toolkit. And for the die-hard SoFi investors out there, do you ever wonder what will happen if something fundamentally changes with SoFi and causes the stock to tank? Now, how about our personal price targets and buy ranges? We'll be introducing all of this and more on our Patreon dropping this week. Exclusive SoFi private community, voting power for future videos, and access to our OnlyFans. Yo! Oh, we're not doing that? Oh, never mind. And so much more. We've been working on this for the past few months, so we're looking to provide as much value as possible. Our Patreon will be launched on April 20th at 4:20 p.m. and it'll only be open for 10 days max, then we're closing it out and not sure when we'll open it back up. So if you're looking to get in early, now is the time. See you all in the trenches. Okay, we're actually the sponsor, and our Patreon is dropping today at 4:20 p.m. PDT, so check out the link in the description and our pinned comment for our special WG Patreon offer. To reference our past point with holding Tesla and Amazon when they were the two most shorted companies at the time, imagine selling off your positions because they were being shorted and you didn't get a chance to buy back in. That's a potential 2 to 10x opportunity that you missed out on because you prematurely pulled out.
Pause.
Although we're not financial advisors, we think SoFi is a relatively low risk, high reward stock considering its huge addressable market. When you take into consideration the strong management team, its acquisitions of Galileo and Technisys, SoFi's global expansion plan, all the new products and services it's offering, 20-year naming rights to SoFi Stadium, SoFi's marketing, and SoFi beating guidance year over year, it seems like a no-brainer. It's very interesting to see how people judge how a company's doing based on the stock price rather than actually looking at how the company itself is doing. Like, wow, that company's stock price is down, they must be sucking. Now, it may seem like the company's stock price must reflect how the company is doing, but even Jeff Bezos knows the company and stock price are two entirely different things, at least in the short term. A lot of people who missed Amazon in its early days, and even Tesla in its early days, said, just wait until I find the next Amazon in 2000 or Tesla in 2020. The question now arises, is SoFi today the equivalent to Amazon in 2000?
Your stock at one point, I think, went to $100, but then it went down to $6 or something like that.
At the peak of the internet bubble, our stock peaked somewhere around $113.
Okay.
And then after the internet bubble, busted open, our stock went down to $6. It went from 113 to 6 in less than a year. My annual shareholder that year starts with a one-word sentence, and that one-word sentence is the word ouch. And so as I watched the stock fall from 113 to 6, I was also watching all of our internal business metrics, number of customers, profit per unit, everything you can imagine, defects, etc. Every single thing about the business was getting better and fast.
Every metric in the business is getting better while the stock price is crashing. Where have we seen that before? So clearly, SoFi's stock price is plummeting. Obviously, we can all read and see the numbers, I hope. But how exactly is SoFi's business doing? According to some of the stock experts in our comment section, because the stock price is crashing, the company must also be sucking. Let's take a look at SoFi's member growth. Looks pretty good to us. Now what about revenue? Also looks pretty good. And finally, let's take a look at SoFi's profit. Well, there you have it, folks. Don't forget to tell Siri to set a reminder of Wealth Gambit Patreon dropping at 4:20. You don't want to miss this early Patreon launch. We appreciate everyone for sticking through with us to the very end. So here's our special, never before seen clip of SoFi.